Till him pull up and pop some shit. All around me is shooters with mop sticks. I knock your noodles out with this chopstick. We got them choppers and sticks.
That's Slim Jesus, baby. That is Slim Jesus. What's his track called? Hang on, I'm getting my shit pulled up. Bingo. All right, that was Slim Jesus with Chopsticks. Welcome to the Cleanup Podcast. I'm Wyatt Purp. Jeez, I'm angry right now. Holy shit. But I'm angry in such a good way, man. I'm angry in such a good way, and that's a blessing. Oh. I would love to beat my meat right now. I really would, and I'm just being honest with you. But I'm fighting off that demon with a motherfucking ruler. And that's what I'm doing. You know, I had this, my buddy's brother, his name was Austin, or his name is Austin. And he had a, he's, how old is he? He has to be 18, 19 right now. And he always smoked, he smoked fucking Marlboro Green Packs. That's what he smoked. And he was a little ghetto motherfucker. And he had this tattoo on his forearm of a double cup of lean. And underneath it said Hustle Town. And he said he got it when it was drunk, so I always called him Hustle Town. And his brother sent me this video the other day of him freestyling. And this was his line when he was freestyling. I shit you not. I'ma beat your ass like I beat my meat. I'ma beat your ass like I beat my meat. Damn. Right? It's just fucking hard, boy. And that's the wise words of Hustle Town. You don't fucking forget it. Okay, and that's how I feel, boy. That's how I feel, man. I would love to beat my meat right now. But I'm not going to. And damn it, I love it. I love my discipline I have right now, damn it. Whew, I'm solid. I'm solid as hell, and I'm proud. Okay. Let's get right into it, baby. That was Slim Jesus with the track Chopsticks. That's our cleanup track of the week. And our for janitors tip of the week. Here's what we got. Communicate with the customer. Okay. Now, that doesn't mean be the customer's bitch. Okay. That doesn't mean, suck on the customer's titty. Nothing like that. You're not going to do that, okay? But you are going to communicate, If something goes wrong, let them know, okay? If you're running low on something, let them know. If they ask you to do something, as long as it's not outside of your job responsibility, oh my goodness fucking gracious. Damn phone's going off. That's fine. As long as it's not outside of your job responsibility, go ahead and do it, right? Because at the end of the day, it's not about the company you work for, it's about where you clean, okay? And as long as those people are happy, you're going to be happy. As long as the people you're cleaning for are happy, you are going to be happy, okay? With that being said, go ahead and make them happy, man. Go ahead and do that. Motherfucker, I gotta let these dogs in. Hang on. You guys ready to come in?
Zoe. Till him pull up and pop some shit. All around me is shooters with mop sticks. I knock your noodles out with this chopstick. We got them choppers and sticks.
Now, both of y'all go to bed, please. Okay. They're inside. What was I talking? Communicate with that customer, though, man. And this is important. And this is what a lot of people don't tell you about this janitorial business, right? So, being a janitor, you're in a position of servitude, okay? At the end of the day, that's what it is. Can y'all hear that motherfucking dog lapping up water? I'm not sure if you can, but he's whiling right now. When you're a janitor, you're in a position of servitude, right? And the customer may or may not be an asshole, okay? So when these, when these situations arise, it's important for you to stand your ground. Okay? It's important for you to let the customer know that you're not that customer's bitch. Okay? You're a janitor, you're a cleaner, okay? And you do a good job. But you're not going to do some bullshit just because they ask you to. Let them know that they can contact the company and they will charge an extra fee to do something. But, if they ask you to do something ridiculous, stand your ground and don't do it, and give them the option of paying more to the company for you to do it. Okay? That's all I'm saying. But hopefully, as long as you have good communication with the customer, it most likely won't have to come down to that. Yeah, man. That is the tip of the week. It's the By Janitor for Janitor tip of the week. Communicate with the customer. Okay. What's been going on? Well, first of all, I think I need new teeth. Okay. I went down to Dallas with some friends this weekend, and one of my friends is in dental school, and he was talking about, whitening my teeth, which I am excited about. I'm gonna get him to do that when he comes to town, and yeah, I'm really excited for that. But really, I told him this too. I think I just need some new teeth. And I would love nothing more than to go down to South America, right? And just get me a nice pair of pearly whites. Remember when Takashi got those new teeth and everybody said he looked like Donkey from Shrek? Bro, that's what I want. If you've ever seen Rich the Kid's teeth, they're the most beautiful, the most white teeth you've ever seen. I want that, brother. I want that. The enamel is worn so much off my teeth that I can see through them. Okay, if I am chewing, actually scratch that. If I'm smiling, okay, and my mouth is open, so you can only see my teeth, my enamel is worn down so much that you can see my tongue through my teeth. Okay, you can see if I have gum. Okay, so the person taking the picture always tells me, spit your gum out, and I say, I'm not even, my mouth isn't even open. They say, I can see it through your teeth, because your teeth are so transparent, because the enamel is so worn down, that your teeth are now as clear as glass. And that's what I'm on. So I think I need new teeth, man, and I would love, in fact, if you're listening right now, and you have that sort of connection to get me new teeth, hit me up, motherfucker. Hit me up. Speaking of hit me up, before I forget, I am going to the homeboy's house right after I record this episode. I'm gonna get everything set up, so these last 3 episodes I recorded should be on Apple Podcasts tonight. The fingers crossed they should. And that's the plan, at least for now. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. And once everything is easily accessible on Apple Podcasts, I'm going to make the Instagram so that we can have some user feedback. And so y'all can DM me any problems or concerns or tips and tricks of the podcast. But yeah, that's the plan on the social media. Is to make it once everything's on Apple Podcasts. Okay, let's go on, right? So the other day I was sitting in class, and I had to fart, bro. I had to fart like a motherfucker, and so I raised my hand, but. Okay, first of all, in college, I don't know why I did this, because first of all, in college, you can just walk out, and the teacher doesn't care. But I raised my hand as if to ask a question, and then I said, can I go to the bathroom and take a fart? That's what I said. And, of course, the teacher looked at me, the class looked at me, and they were confused. And, a few people chuckled, but it was really more sad that I said that than it was funny. And the teacher didn't even respond. He didn't say anything, and I walked out. And I did go to the bathroom and take a fart. But that kind of reminded me back in my wild days in high school, especially when I was a senior in high school. We used to okay, here's what we did, right? It would be usually around lunchtime or right before school or right after school. This was the best time to do this, but lunchtime was definitely prime time. And here's what you would do. You and your homeboys walk in the bathroom. Right? And in our high school, we had these big bathrooms right by the cafeteria. And there would always be, 2 or 3 people. There would always be 2 or 3 people taking a dump at lunch, right? And you walk in there and you stomp really loud. And you purposely talk really loud and stomp really loud in there. And then we would go in there, and I would say, I would walk in there, right? We're talking, and then I would go, wait, shh. Y'all fucking smell that? And then I would go, what the fuck is that fucking smell, bro? Who is stinking this motherfucker up? And then and I would go up to the stall door, and I would go, bang, bang, bang. And I would go, yo, you stink, motherfucker. And then we would laugh and run out. And that was the move, bro. That's what we did. Yo, what the fuck is that smell? That's what we'd always say. Can you imagine how frightening that would be if you're in there taking a massive shit and someone says that? Yo, what the fuck is that smell? God, that's scary. I was an asshole, man. Weren't we all? Back, I'd say 3rd or 4th grade, this kid told me this story, and I think I've never laughed this hard since then in my entire life. Like, I was crying, laughing, tears were rolling down my face. I laughed so hard at the story. Here it goes. So my friend Sam and my other friend Hayden went to a baseball game and it was like the local minor league team we have here in the area I live. And they went to the baseball game, and at this point it was like brand new stadium, brand new team essentially. And so they went to this baseball game, and and so these bathrooms were brand new, right? And so they went to this baseball game, and they were little kids, right? Like I said, 3rd or 4th grade at this point. And I remember, here's what Sam said to me. He said, yo, me and Hayden went to this baseball game, and Hayden went to the bathroom, okay? I said, okay. And Hayden, and so they went in the bathroom together. And they're going or whatever, and Sam's like, yo, you done in there? I guess Hayden was taking a dump or something. And Hayden goes, I'm stuck. and so he opens the stall door, and Hayden's foot is inside the toilet, and it's like Hayden's foot is inside the toilet, and he's trying to plunge the toilet with his foot, and it's covered in just feces and toilet paper, and the Hayden's a short kid, so the toilet water is up to his calf at this point. And Sam, being Sam, he's a little foolish prankster. He goes, you want me to help you? And Hayden goes, yeah, pull me out. And Sam goes, all right. And so he goes up and he flushes the toilet. And at this point, the toilet overflows, and it's going all over the floor, all over Hayden, getting his shoes wet with this shit water. And at this point, Sam says Hayden starts wigging out. Okay? And wigging out essentially means, it has different definitions, but I think what Sam meant is Hayden started having a seizure at this point. And anyway, and this is the point where I just start busting out laughing. And then Sam said, and he started wigging out. So he was like, oh shit, I'm sorry. What do I do? And Hayden's just over there wigging, and so Sam runs out of the bathroom and he goes and gets his mom to come and help him get Hayden out of the toilet, and they come back and the door's locked. And they can just hear Hayden in there wigging out, and then they look at the door, and underneath the door, the shit water's coming out, and so they know he's in there, and they know he's probably still flushing, or he's still his foot is still in there, and he's still wigging out. And so Sam says they called the police. And the police tried to batter down the door, but the way a bathroom door is set up, and especially at this one, it's super industrial, so they couldn't get it open. And so that's when Sam says they called the SWAT team. And he said they called the SWAT team, and the SWAT team had to use explosives to blow the door down. And inside, they found Hayden lying on the floor, covered in shit from his calf down, and he was just wigging out there on the bathroom floor. And they had to airlift him to a hospital. And looking at it now, that story is outrageous. But damn it, for a third or fourth grader, that shit was so funny, bro. That shit was so funny. Wigging out in the toilet, wigging out in the Arvest bathroom, boy. Oh, that shit is funny, boy. Wigging out in the ballpark bathroom. Another thing I did in the third grade, I personally did this. Now, that last story, I don't know how true that is, but this is true. I was in the third grade, and I liked this girl named Emily, right? I had this little crush on this little cutie named Emily, okay? And, she was a little short girl. I remember she wore like a seashell choker. And, she was just bad as hell in the third grade. And, I was like a little cowboy. I wore my cowboy boots to school and shit like that. And I've always, ever since, a very young age, I've always like slicked my hair. And my hair's long now. I put it up in the bun or wear a hat. But if it's ever short, I'm slicking it. I'm slicking it back. I'm combing it over a little bit. I'm just looking like a young dapper Dawn, right? And so I come up with my slick hair, and I've been planning this for probably weeks or so. But I come up to Emily looking fine as hell. She does gymnastics. And mind you, this is in the third grade, right? And I'm probably wearing a polo shirt, jeans and boots, and slick hair. So, which is literally what I wear on a daily basis now. So I come up to her and I say, "Hey, Emily, do you want to come ride horses?" And I remember her giving me this look like I was the weirdest motherfucker in the world. And now I'm looking back on it. Bitch, you were wearing a motherfucking seashell choker? Get the fuck out of here. This had to be what? 2000 motherfucking, I don't know, shit, bitch, 2005? And you're wearing the seashell choker? What is this, 1999? Fuck you, ho. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, so I asked her, "Hey, Emily, you want to come to my house and ride horses?" And I remember she looked at me like I was weird as hell. She didn't say anything, and she just ran away. She ran away from me, bro. And this was like right after school one day. And so I get on the bus, glum as a motherfucker. I get on the bus. I sit down, and I'm damn near crying the whole bus ride. I shit you not. I am damn near crying. And right when the bus drops me off, I say bye to my bus driver, Bill. And right when the bus drops me off, bro, I just start sobbing like a little bitch. And I remember like my dad was doing something outside, and I went and talked to him, and I'm like, Dad, I asked this girl to come over and ride horses, and she didn't say anything. She just ran away. And I remember my dad goes, why the fuck are you crying? It was like I didn't even tell him what had happened. He just said, I walked up to him crying. He said, what's wrong? I told him what was wrong. And then he said, why the fuck are you crying? And he said, and I told him again. I told him the story again. And then he said again, but why are you crying? And so, this became a 30-minute conversation. And then I just remember he told me, he said, you're too damn young to worry about girls, and girls ain't worth crying over anyway. And that's what happened, bro. That's what happened. I asked the girl out. She ran away. Or no, I asked the girl to ride horses in my cowboy boots. She ran away. And my dad told me don't cry. I was just a little sad cowboy, man. I'm just a little sad cowboy figuring life out. What can I say? What can I say? And now that girl, coincidentally, she kind of dated one of my roommates or my friends, and now I hear she is a woman of the night, and she is not a virgin, and she's going to hell now. Man, I love the rain, bro. This beautiful Northwest Arkansas weather, man. It's been bringing the rain a little bit, and I love that shit, bro. I love rainy days, and right now it's not a rainy day. It's a nice sunny day. But I love rainy days, man. I just love when it rains all fucking day. I love hard rain. I love soft rain. I just love when the sky's gray, because I feel like people move differently when it rains, right? And I feel like people can't get in such a routine of doing bullshit when it rains, right? And that's just how I feel, man. And I love that, man. I love the fact that when it rains, you have to dress for it, right? You have to. It's usually a little colder when it rains, so when you walk into a building, it might be a little warmer in there. There's usually selling stuff at stores for when it rains that are different from what they usually sell. People drive a lot more cautiously. I feel like people aren't on their phones as much, and they really pay attention to what's going on outside. I just fuck with that shit, man. And I love the rain. I love the damn rain. I love rainy days, man. I love rainy days. Man. I wonder how much of this I should share. Actually, you know what? I'm going to keep it real. I'm Wyatt Purp. This is the Cleanup Podcast. Of course, I'm going to keep it real. Right? So I've been drinking. Right? Of course, I went to Dallas with the buddies. I was drinking a little bit. But, man, I've just been on these Bud Light Platinums, boy. They're delicious. Not only are they delicious, they're easy to drink. They're that 6% alcohol volume. They taste good, right? And that's just what I've been on, bro. And I realized that, man, I just need to, when I drink, I at least need to do something productive, right? I've just been having a good time lately, though, right? Because I haven't been running or anything because of my bum knee. So I've just been having a good time and just getting a little bit of drink. Getting a little drunk. And I'm not even gonna lie. I had sex. I had intercourse last night. I had intercourse, and it was nice, man. It was nice. I was drunken, and I had intercourse, and it was a beautiful thing, man. I'm gonna leave it at that. It was a beautiful thing. Um, you know, yeah. But I think I might just, just chill, man. Might just stay on the grind. Down a few brews and just chill with it, man. But I do want to start doing something productive when I drink, right? Like maybe I can start, writing in my book a little bit when I have a beer or something. Maybe I can start doing that. But I love, having a little bit to drink and then doing a little bit of intercourse. That's always nice. And that's a fact. Man, fuck dogs. And I say that as I am currently dog sitting on behalf of my girlfriend. But fuck dogs, bro. And it's just like this. Here's what I have to say about that. I've never really been one of these people that has a super strong connection to pets, right? I've always had pets. I've always had a dog around. And I like them, bro. And they're okay. But fuck them, man. Fuck them. Okay, there's one dog with truly good intentions, and that's my personal family dog, Max, right? And he's a good dog. He's a Bichon Frise. And he's a good dog, man. He's a good guy, and I know he means well, A lot of times I envision him in my head with a sort of, I'd say a sort of top hat and maybe smoking a, fat Cuban cigar or possibly a pipe and drinking whiskey and, drinking whiskey and smoking a pipe maybe or a fat cigar and like wearing a bow tie probably and like suspenders and just being dapper as a motherfucker and probably wearing leather shoes and just like talking, very intelligently, like academic kind of English and just being a real boss motherfucker, and that's like how I picture him in my head. And so I know like he has no ill intent, I know that he only means well. I know that I can trust him. I know that he is also a gentleman, but also he is a dog both literally and figuratively, because he doesn't take no shit off no bitch. You dig what I'm saying? So that's really the way it is. And with that being said, I think he would agree in this statement, fuck dogs, right? Because other than Max, a dog has never talked to me. A dog has never showed me respect. Now, yeah, they might, if I have food or something, they might fuck with me a little bit, or if I can, pet them or, get them, boned up and, skeet them off or something. Yeah, they probably would like that. I've never done that, nor will I. But that's probably what they want me to do to them. So I really just don't have that trust, and I don't have that dynamic for a dog, bro. And I just don't, I can't say that I wouldn't like to enslave dogs and make them work. And, bro, this is what I don't understand, right? Of course I'm against human slavery, right? Of course I'm all for the Emancipation Proclamation. I'm all for the late, great Dr. Martin Luther King's Civil Rights Movement. And Malcolm and all that, right? Of course, it's a necessity. But here's what I don't understand, farmers. You take these African people, right, out of their home country, and you put them as slaves, and you fuck with their lives, and then you get fucked with the Civil War and blah, blah, blah. Why didn't you just put dogs to work? Okay? Cats, yeah, whatever. They're okay. They can't really do shit. They're not strong. But I've seen a dog overpower I'm not going to say overpower a grown man, but probably overpower a young teen. Probably, 13 to 15 years old. I could definitely see that. Or like a small woman. Actually, I bet a large dog could overpower any Asian person. And you can quote me on that. And that's power, man. And that's power you could hook up to a farm implement, and you could really make some money off that. And what do dogs love more than anything? They love motherfucking food. So all you have to do is feed them. They wouldn't complain. They wouldn't do shit. They can't complain, bro. A dog has never even talked. You tell me y'all love dog, but they don't talk? Brother, please. Miss me with that bullshit, okay? So really, fuck dogs. Put them to work, right? Right? They have these oxes in other countries pulling, plows and shit. What about a dog? Okay, and think about this real quick. I'm sure y'all have been to Cane's Chicken. Amazing chicken, right? What if you had dogs back there, and maybe they're hooked up to some sort of carousel, and the carousel, it operates in a way that's what dips the fryers into the oil and brings them back up, okay? And somehow you could have the dog master, kind of train these dogs when to go and when not to go, right? And then basically the dog Kane, is now working for your chicken needs, right? Can you see that? Can you envision it in your head? Because I sure can. I envision a world. If I was running for some sort of office, okay, I say fuck AI, fuck robots, fuck all that shit, okay? We need to put pets and specifically dogs to work, okay? That's what I say, okay? And at the same time, bro, none of these dogs have jobs, okay? I'm pretty sure Max does, but none of these dogs have jobs, bro, okay? Not even part-time. So you're saying that you can't, while you go to work, you can't bring your dog to work before you go and then pick him up? He works a 10-hour day, you work an 8-hour day? There's no dogs babysitting, okay? But you hire people to babysit your dogs. That is literally what my girlfriend is doing right now. It's literally what I am doing, and I don't approve of it. These dogs could be working right now. That's what I say. That's what I say. These dogs could be hooked up to a tractor, okay, baling hay, literally baling hay, okay? And if anything, okay, let me take this back, okay, because I forgot to respect our troops. The canine unit dogs do work, I will admit that, and I thank them for their service. Other than that, okay, why don't we have dogs guarding prisons? You don't need humans to do that. You need dogs, okay? If you had a dog and you taught him maybe to operate a firearm, or maybe even, I don't know, sharpened his teeth really hard or something, bro, you could have a Chihuahua, which we can get into the argument if that's actually a dog or if that's a rodent. I don't know. But you could have a Chihuahua with very sharp teeth, guarding 2 to 3 convicted felons. You absolutely could, and you can't tell me that's not true, right? Because those motherfuckers bite and they yip, and they're quick, and they're also stealthy. Consider it, man. These are dark, dark times we live in. And dogs ain't working. Dogs ain't damn working. And I think they should, damn it. I think they should. Man, I've been writing this book, right? And I kind of talked about it last episode, and I just want to get on my grind, really. I want to be disciplined, and especially now, man. As y'all know, the Cleanup is our first janitorial hip-hop podcast, and half of this podcast is janitorial, right? That's what it is, and my life as a janitor is potentially at risk right now, and here's why. Young Mike, Big Mike, a.k.a. Johnny Mop, is my manager. He's my boss, and I directly answer to him, right? And he's a dope boss, probably the best manager I've ever had, okay? And he is about to leave the company I work for. At least I think he is, from what I can tell, he's about to leave. You never know, anything can happen, but he is about to leave. Now, the owner who I work for, I'm not going to name him, but man, he's just not capable of finding somebody to replace Mike or doing Mike, aka Johnny Mop's job, right? And really, I just don't want to answer to him, okay? And I've done it before, and I just know it's not because, I mean, not that I like him. I do dislike him, but it's not because I dislike him. It's because he's truly not capable of it. I don't know if it's a mental block he has. I don't know. And I'm just venting right now. I'm not even hating. But with Mike, a.k.a. Johnny Mop, leaving, there's a chance, and so there's a 50-50 chance that I could leave too. And that's exciting and scary. It's exciting in the fact that I don't have to be doing bullshit anymore for an owner who I don't agree with. But it's scary in that, first of all, I wish Johnny Mop, a.k.a. Mike, the best of luck, man. And he's a badass manager, and I know he's going to find something good to do. And I'm actually going to have him in here on the podcast. He'll probably be my first or second guest on the podcast. But I wish him the best of luck, and I know whatever he finds next is going to be a hell of a lot better than what he has now, because right now he's underappreciated, honestly, by our owner, by a lot of employees. And so, I realize it, but you never know what you got until it's gone, right? So the best of luck to Mike, and I know he's going to be doing a lot better. But, for me, I know what I want to do, man. And at the end of the day, I know it's probably not janitorial. And, I will always be a janitor. I will always be a janitor. Always. But sometimes I'm excited for retiring. I'm excited for retire, right? Because, you're always a golfer, right? Or you're always a football player. Or you're always, I don't know. Your heart's always what you love. And I love the clean. And I love all that. But at the end of the day, man, I know that this ain't what I want to do forever. And I know that I want to do the podcast, man. And I want to write books. And maybe later I could teach. And I want to do all that, man. And I'm just not ready to do all that yet. I'm not done with school. I haven't written my book. I'm just trying to get the podcast off the ground right now. And I know all these things could be successful. There's other business ventures I want to look into. Right. And I know all these things could be very successful, but I'm just not ready. And so with Mike leaving, that does make me kind of want to, it makes me want to take action, man. That makes me want to get in. That makes me want to get in and go hard. So with that being said, it's a blessing and a curse, man. It's a curse because, of course, I don't want to see Mike leave, but it's a blessing because I know what I need to do, and I need to start doing it now. So I'm going to start pumping out these podcasts, man. I'm going to start writing, and I'm going to start, going ham at school. All that, right? And we'll discuss that more as it comes out. Man, I got to take a piss. Hang on.
Tell him pull up and pop some shit. All around me is shooters with mop sticks. I knock your noodles out with this chopstick. We got them choppers and sticks.
In high school, I had this little bit, if you want to call it a bit, and whenever me and my homeboys saw a little piece of ass or something, we'd always kind of look at each other and we'd say, or they'd go, yo, Wyatt Purp, what would you do with that? I kind of get my voice a little low like this. And I say, what would I do with that? Well, let me tell you first. I would hit that shit from the back. Ooh, and now I go like that. And then I'd I'm drinking the Ciroc out of the bottle like I should. You dig what I'm saying? And then what I do, I finish that bottle of Ciroc and I pour it in her mouth from the back. Bam, 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 bam. Hitting that shit from the back. And I bust that bottle of Ciroc over her head. And then when she wake up, she gonna be looking down. And she see me eating the pussy with my grill in. Ooh, 7:30. Got that blood gang to woo type shit on that hoe. And that's what I'd always say when they asked me that. You know, and it was a bit that I developed for a long time. But the best part about that was eating the pussy with my grills in. Eating the pussy with my grills in. And then, like, what I do, I need to get a camera is what I really need to do, but I kind of smile and lick my, like, teeth a little bit. Yeah, the boys always got a kick out of that. And then I kiss them. All right, speaking of the homeboys, let me tell y'all this. Real quick. So I was with the homie Moses this past weekend, or I guess the weekend before last. And Moses is funny, man. He's a funny little fucker. I think he's El Salvadorian. And he's just real funny. He's a good guy, bro. And he's just funny, dog. And he, so the plan was I was going to go work out alone. And I was going to hang out with my girlfriend for the rest of the day. And that was the plan. And so right when I was about to leave to work out, I think, I'll just call Moises. I'll hit him up and he can go work out with me. And so I FaceTime him and he's asleep because I forget, bro. He works like the night shift at this trucking company. And he talks to truckers and whatnot. And he works night shift. And so I FaceTime him and I wake him up and I say, hey, bro, just get ready. I'm coming to pick you up, blah, blah, blah. And I say, he goes, fuck, all right. And I go, shoot me your address real quick. And he says, okay, hang up. He shoots me his address, bro. And I've been to his house before, but apparently he moved. And he moved a long fucking way away. Like, he moved in, like outside of where I live in a neighboring town. And it's like 30 fucking minutes away. So I drive all the way there, go and pick him up. And we go and work out and everything. And we have a good time. But our workout takes a really long time. And before we go and work out, he makes me stop at this girl's apartment so he can talk to her about her best friend who he likes, who he's kind of in love with. And long story short, bro, this girl's just a bitch, dog. And I'm not talking about her friend, I'm talking about the girl he's in love with. She's just kind of a fucking bitch, bro. And look, I'm not saying that. Yeah, I am saying that she's a bitch. But it's because she's mean, bro. Moses is a handsome young man, right? And here's what I say. Look, you don't have to like anybody, okay? But at least tell them you don't like them, okay? Don't lead them on. Don't pull any bullshit. Just let them know how you feel, motherfucker, okay? Because Moses is a nice young man. Okay, and this bitch is just playing with his feelings, right? And she was saying shit like, now this is the girl talking about her friend, right? She's just saying shit like, yeah, she said that, she just didn't know that you'd have feelings like this, and she thought it was just a one-time thing, blah, blah, blah. And I just want to say, you know what? Fuck that bitch, okay? And so, of course, Moises is all depressed after he hears this because he knows that, these feelings he has aren't reciprocated and that she probably just wants to hook up and she probably doesn't want this real relationship that Moises is wanting to bring to the table. So he's all sad. He's all depressed. So after we work out, we get invited by the same girl who he was talking to about the girl that he was in love with, right? Let's just say her name is Tasha. So Tasha invites us to this little sorority like cookout thing because it was game day. And so me, Moises, and my girlfriend decided to go. And I stopped by the liquor store and I said, Moises, you want anything? He says, oh, I don't know, bro. I used to drink like that. I was like, yeah, you're fine, dude. Just get something. He goes, all right, give me some tequila. I said, okay. So I got him like a little, not like the super small bottles, but also not a fifth, just like a little, $20 bottle. Maybe it was probably less than that. It was probably like $12. A little Jose Cuervo. And, I got a Clamato, and my girlfriend got like some wine or something. And so we're back there, right? And we're on the way to this little tailgate or whatever. And we get there, and motherfucking Moises, bro, he drank like 3/4 of the tequila. He was depression drinking in the back of my truck. And when I say he was fucked up, bro, he was fucked up. We get out, and he's talking about, I'm okay. No one even asked him what was wrong. He just said, I'm okay. We get up to the little cookout, and he starts getting food. And Tasha's there. She's like, hey, Moses, how's it going? And he's like, I'm not even sad anymore, bro. I just think I should just forget about her. He's slurring his words. He's fucking, spitting. Yeah, it's a fucking mess, bro. So, yeah, man. So, like I said, he was about 3/4 of the bottle in. And he was pretty fucked. I mean, I would guess that's probably equivalent to around like 6 or 7 shots. So he was pretty fucked, bro. And eventually me and my girlfriend were just like, okay, we have to go. So we left after we ate, and we go back to my house. And the other fuck part about this was Moises had work in like an hour after this tailgate. So he was still very drunk. On the way back to my house, he was drinking the tequila again, even though we told him to stop. So he was almost finished with this little bottle of tequila, and man, he was just he was acting he was just acting a fool, bro. And so he's like, okay, I'm gonna go to work. And I was like, yeah, why don't I drive? And so, of course, it's always kind of hard to convince a drunk guy to drive him, especially when it's like to work, because he works overnights from 6 to 6. And so, when he's there for that long, of course you want your car there and stuff like that. So, but eventually I convinced him, and he let me drive him to work, and he was just so fucking pathetic on the car ride, bro. He was listening to like St. John, which I now fuck with because I reviewed that album. And he was listening to like sad Spanish music and Lil Durk. And bro, it was just, it was so sad and funny, bro. And so I'm gonna get Moises in here too, bro, because y'all need to hear from this young man. But he's he's just trying to be great. He's trying to be a young, successful gentleman. And and hey, I gotta respect that, bro. And I'm gonna always look. As long as you're trying in life, I'm gonna help you. Okay. As long as you're just trying to do your best, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna do my best to help you. Because that's really what life is about, man. It's about helping other people, bro. It's about, at the end of the day, alright, that's kind of how this world works. Just find a way to help others, man. And at least be kind and stuff like that, bro. Because man, we're only as good as our relationships with other people, right? And that's what I say. That's what young Wyatt Purp says, boy. And then I was just thinking about ownership a little bit. And ownership is it's an interesting concept, isn't it? Because what, after you die, what is left, right? Your legacy, right? If you have one. And then all that's left is what you owned. And some of that stuff will, go to your offspring or your spouse. And, that's the stuff they inherit or whatever. But other stuff like this this will be left to me when I die, right? Regardless of how popular it was, regardless of whatever, what I write, that will remain when I die. That's what I own. And so ownership is one of the most important things ever, bro. And I just feel like it's really important for us to make quality stuff, and it's important for us to do the best we can, bro, because that's all that we can leave when we die, is what we've created, bro, and what we've owned. And and it's even more rewarding when what that thing is totally created from your mind, right? An iPhone, Saran wrap, all that kind of shit, bro. It's important. So that's what I've been trying to do, man. I've just been trying to really think about ownership of what I create, and really think, like, how is this going to affect me and my life and what goes on after my life. But then again, I'm getting too fucking deep with it, bro. My last point of what's been going on, bro. I don't know why I even wrote this, but I just wrote, I have a massive fucking ding-a-ling. And you should have seen the girl's face that was sitting behind me in class as I wrote this shit. I have a massive fucking ding-a-ling. I have a massive fucking ding-a-ling. That's what I wrote. Not even true, really. Not even true. I'm very average. I'm very average in that department. Okay, let's get on with the fucking music, bro.
Till them pull up and pop some shit. All around me is shooters with mop sticks. I knock your noodles out with this chopstick. We got them choppers and sticks.
Various artists. The Top Boys soundtrack. Okay. This was dope, dog. This was super dope, and if you haven't listened to it, go check it out. I liked it because I really like Stormzy. I think he's a dope artist. I like UK Drill, like 6-7. I think they're dope. What song does 6-7 have that I really fuck with? Y'all need to check out. Is it Skangman? I don't remember. But anyway, I really like this album, man. I really did. Drake had a track on it. I think it was called Behind Bars. A lot of up-and-coming, popular UK rappers on it, and it was just dope, dude. It was dope to see finally some American recognition. I think what Adam did on No Jumper with interviewing all these UK rappers was really important for the culture, man. I think it was. Without a lot of people knowing, I think that really had a big influence on UK rap. And UK rappers are dope, dude. I know a lot of American rap fans don't necessarily like them, but that's just because they don't understand, really. And there's just kind of a disconnect between the language and the slang and the delivery and the different kind of accents and stuff like that. But like, really listen to this, and you can't say it's not hard, and you can't say these rappers don't have bars or anything like that. So it was dope. It was definitely dope. Also, every track really had some replay value. Almost every track was either catchy or the bars, there was some double entendres, and, everything had something to listen to. And of course, if Drake's on the track, you're going to listen to it again. So it was a super solid project. The production and mixing were also really, really good. So I give it an 8 out of 10, man. That Various Artists, that Top Boy.
Till them pull up and pop some shit. All around me is shooters with mop sticks. I knock your noodles out with this chopstick. We got them choppers and sticks.
Okay, Lil West. Vex Part 2. Now, Lil West is kind of a new artist to me. I feel like I've listened to a couple of his songs, but I've never really gotten into him. And Vex Part 2 was awesome, man. It was really good. I wish it was a little bit longer. I think, how many tracks was it? I don't have it on me right now. I think it was 12, though. I think it was somewhere around there. It was kind of short. Maybe it was less than 12, but it was kind of short. But I still thought it was a really, really good album, man. And I haven't even heard Vex Part 1. I don't even know if there is a Vex Part 1. But I want to hear it now. I think you can define Lil West, at least this album, as like sad rap, which is kind of trendy right now. And, I'm not a huge fan of sad rap, really, but Lil West has this, like, unique flow, a unique delivery. And his lyrics were sick, dude. And just like, he's very melodic. And his features were good too, man. His features were really good. And, I don't know how long the, quote unquote sad rap genre will last. But I do think that if Lil West, as long as he keeps putting out this quality, he definitely has some longevity in the game, man. Because it's a really good quality project. I also gave this one an 8 out of 10. That's Lil West, Vex, Part 2. 8 out of 10.
Till him pull up and pop some shit. All around me is shooters with mop sticks. I knock your noodles out with this chopstick. We got them choppers and sticks.
Lil Tracy, Anarchy. I've heard Tracy before. And if you don't know of Lil Tracy, he made that Like a Farmer's type of song, which basically propelled Lil Nas X's career with that kind of country kind of rap. And a little bit before that, Thug made what was it? My Family Don't Matter. If y'all think Lil Nas X invented quote unquote country rap, y'all are tripping, bro. Young Thug invented that. Young Thug has invented a lot of music. Okay, he's invented a lot of trends, which some of your favorite rappers take credit for. But Young Thug is a fucking revolutionary. So is Lil Tracy, man. Lil Tracy came out with that Like a Farmer. It was a lot like, what Thug made was country. What Lil Tracy made was like wild, dog. That Like a Farmer was crazy, and it was kind of funny and comedic. Lil Uzi was on it, but like still, it was dope. And so a lot of people know Lil Tracy from that. But I've heard Lil Tracy before, and I've always liked him, but I was really impressed with Anarchy, man. It was a good album. The production and his style of vocals, which is kind of like this punk rock, kind of trap style production and vocals, it worked really well together, and it sounded really good. And as y'all probably know, I'm not a big fan of auto-tune. I think Dirk does the best with auto-tune. Leave that to T-Pain, But since Tracy has this kind of genre defining sound, I'm not judging it, man. I thought it sounded really good, and he uses auto-tune as a tool, right? He uses it to get from point A to point B, and he doesn't just mindlessly put auto-tune everywhere on the song. So that's refreshing, man. And it was really good. It was unique, man. It was a badass album. I'm looking forward to seeing what he makes next. I'm hoping that, as these artists kind of find this kind of punk rock sound, and they, there's this big push in hip hop right now to be a quote unquote rock star. I'm hoping that they can keep progressing past that, right? And I'm hoping that that they're not just going to be stuck making a kind of music that maybe doesn't have as much longevity. And I'm not saying Lil Tracy is making that kind of music, but I'm just excited to see what he has next. And I give it an 8 out of 10, man. Lil Tracy, Anarchy, 8 out of 10.
Till him pull up and pop some shit. All around me is shooters with mop sticks. I knock your noodles out with this chopstick. We got them choppers and sticks.
All right, what do we got next? We got Lil Gnar. Lil Gnar with Fire Hazard. I don't like this kind of music anymore, man. I really don't. And I'm not hating. I like Lil Gnar as like a public figure. I've seen some of his Vlad interviews. He gives good interviews. I like a lot of skateboard rappers. We got Rich the Kid and people like that. But I just don't really like this kind of music that he's making, man. I don't like it anymore. Feel like I've heard it a lot. It's kind of that rap and a little bit singing, but like you don't really have like the talent of singing, just with really heavy auto tune, you know. And I'm not even hating, man. And honestly, I think Gnar has potential to be a big artist, right? But I think he just needs to find his sound. And I think he could get there, but he just needs to not auto tune and not have, basic flow, basic delivery, basic lyrics. And he just needs to just get in the studio and really figure out what kind of artist he wants to be. Just don't make music just to make music. Make music to leave your stamp on it, you know. There were certain tracks where he screamed like X used to, or like Scar-Lord or something, or he spit bars. And those were really good. I really like those kind of tracks, and I suggest sticking to those kind of tracks. If you could be, a rapper, sort of like X, not that any rapper will ever really reach what X did, but I think he has a better chance of having longevity, and I think he has a better chance of making big, good music if he just stayed in those two lanes. And with that being said, man, I mean, this album wasn't all horrible. It wasn't terrible. Some of the features were by really big artists, and some of them were pretty good. And honestly, on some of these songs, some of the features made up for what Lil Gnar didn't deliver himself. Which is okay, man. We all know certain albums that maybe the artist, the album artist wasn't as good as some of his features, but still the album's dope. I'm not saying this is one of those albums, but one of my favorite albums ever, excuse my French Montana, when did that come out, 2015, 2014 or something? That's one of my favorite albums ever, and it has a big name feature on almost every track, and that album was dope. So I think this album really is more about the features than what Gnar did. And for that reason, I give it a 4 out of 10, man. Like I said, I'm not hating. I just think once Gnar finds his sound, he'll make some better work. Again, that's Lil Gnar. That's Fire Hazard. I give it a 4 out of 10.
Till them pull up and pop some shit. All around me is shooters with mop sticks. I knock your noodles out with this chopstick. We got them choppers and sticks.
Last but not least, I apologize. Last album of the day. We got Young M.A. with Her Story. Young M.A. Her Story. Man, oh man. What have I got myself into here, boy? This shit was dope. This shit was hella dope. I was the bars were definitely there. It was a really good project, and it was a good freshman debut, wasn't it? It was really good. It was just a good project, a good debut, a good album overall. I think 20 something tracks. I want to say 21, 22 tracks. It was the shit, dude. It was really good. And every track was good. Every track you could tell she put time and effort and quality into it. And it reminds me a lot of Drake or even Meek a little bit, because they bring those lyrics and they bring those bars and they bring those, they bring what we love, but they also bring the catchy hooks. And Young M.A. is no different, man. Young M.A., there were a lot of good choruses in these, a lot of shit that was just dope. It was just good, and it's nice to see, a New York artist kind of come out like this, So I just thought it was good, man. And I think, one thing, I do feel like she's a little, I don't want to say not confident, but I feel like she doesn't really have a footing, or, she's just not super comfortable with, with being whatever she is. I mean, I know she says herself that she's a dyke, and she likes bitches and all that. So I think with that being said, she's really shouting it out a lot on this debut, as she should. But I think, once the world kind of sees this and kind of knows what they're dealing with, then I think she's going to kind of fall back and really fall into her bars. And I think her sophomore is going to be probably one of the one of her best albums. So I'm really looking forward to that. But I just don't think the industry's really seen anything like this, and so I think she's paving the way for herself, and that's dope, man. And I know her sophomore is going to be crazy. It's going to be a number one. And regardless, this is probably, if it's not the best, it's definitely one of the best top 10 projects I've heard in 2019. It was just sick. Yeah, man, I give it a 9 out of 10 for sure. Young M.A., her story, with a 9 out of 10, man. And that's it, baby. And that is it, baby. What time is it? 12:30? All right, man. I'm going to go see if I can't get this shit on Apple Podcasts, all that. I'm at least going to put them on YouTube. That's for sure. If I can't get them on, I'll put them on YouTube regardless, actually. But I will try to get them on Apple Podcasts today. Wish me luck, guys. Yeah, once I get them on Apple Podcasts, I'm going to get the social media up. And then we're going to start grinding. We're really going to start grinding with the cleanup, baby. And thank y'all for listening, man. Yeah, fuck it. Let's get out of here, boy. It's a Cleanup Wyatt podcast. I'm Wyatt Purp. Thank you for listening. Peace.
Till and pull up and pop some shit. All around me are shooters with mop sticks. I knock your noodles out with this chopstick. We got them choppers and sticks.